It's the Bob Show, live from LA. David Archie is your guest this Monday. Make sure you sign in and chat with your friends. It's the last show of 2010. It's the Bob Show. Everyone's fave. He's spreading cheer through the internet waves. Grab a glass of Pinot and let's get on with the show.
Hey, this is Ashley Arison, and I want to wish Bob and all of his baubles a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And now, here's Bob.
And Sherry Lane.
Yay! I don't have anyone to introduce.
Hello, everybody. It is Monday, December 20th, 2010. And before we go one second further, I got to say thank you a million times to Ashley Arison and Aben Eubanks for that fantastic holiday intro. I cannot even believe how awesome it is.
It is so catchy.
Oh, so they sent that to me last night. I had asked them, I said, I wanted them to open up the show. It's the final show of 2010, the last Bob show. And I was just like, I wanted Ashley to do it, and I said, will you open up a little holiday number? That is what they sent me, and I got to say, I almost cried. It was so delicious, so delicious. If you guys don't know, you should know Ashley Arison, ashleyarison.com, and she has a fantastic CD, and it's one of my favorite things of 2010.
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
Which we're going to get to here in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I adore you all. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. I'm not going to look at the chat room, especially not right now.
It is whizzing by.
The chat room is at full capacity right now, at 300 people. So I don't know how many people are actually out there listening beyond that, but welcome every single one of you. I see people from the Philippines. I see people from everywhere, and it's going so fast, it's going to distract me. In case you haven't heard the rumor, it's not a rumor, it's actually the truth. In case you haven't heard the truth, the David Archuleta will be calling in tonight.
What? You didn't tell me that, Bob. You did not tell me that.
It is true, and we got about 10 to 15 more minutes, and I'm not looking at the chat room because I don't want to hear anybody screaming, but you guys have about 10 to 15 minutes to listen to Sherry and I talk about some of our favorite things. And then David will be calling in, and we're going to be talking to him. We're going to be chatting with him, and we've got so many fan questions that you guys have been sending in for the last couple of weeks. And I think we're going to do something. I think we're going to give away a couple meet and greet passes.
What?
So if you have tickets to his upcoming show at the Grove of Anaheim, then pay attention because you might be winning a chance to meet and greet David Archuleta. So that's all going to be happening. So again, just hang tight with us. But there's somebody calling in tonight, and yeah, it is, and apparently he's a big deal because if you look at my chat room, everyone's going crazy, and I kind of think he's a big deal too. He's a very sweet guy, and I'm very
Santa. Please tell me Santa's calling in.
No, but I'm looking forward to chatting with him, and we're going to in just a moment. But first, for maybe you're new to the David Archuleta, and that's okay. This is one of my favorite songs. I think it was his first single off of his new album. We're going to listen to it, and when we come back, we're going to be talking live right here to David Archuleta. So this is Something About Love. It's one of my favorite tracks off of his new album, and maybe you'll like it too. There is something about love.
There just is.
And it breaks your heart, but it also makes your heart really full. It's time. You guys have been so patient all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and only David Archuleta.
Hello.
Hi, David. Are you there?
I am.
I am so happy right now that we're getting to have this experience, and it's quiet. Like there's just because as long as we don't look at the chat room, you can hear the screaming. If you look at the chat room, you can hear and feel the screaming.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really go into chat rooms, so.
No, our chat room is literally at capacity right now. It is so full.
Oh.
Everyone is screaming how excited they are just to hear you on there, and they've been excited now for the last couple of weeks knowing you were going to do this. So you're a loved guy. Oh,
that's cool. You are. Sorry, that's a good Josh Groban song. By the way, you are loved. Anyway.
You never have to be sorry, and if at any moment you just feel like singing, just tell me to shut up and sing. Like this is so much more about you than it is about me.
Oh no, I don't know.
So do you ever? I'm curious because this just popped into my head. Do you ever get used to all of the screaming? I mean, do you get used to it? Do you get numb to it, or is it just?
I don't know. So I think you kind of get numb to it, sort of in a way, if you're kind of trying to really focus on something. But then all of a sudden, when you're not concentrating and you hear the screams, it kind of surprises you. I don't know. I just don't think screaming is ever I mean, it's not a normal thing. So, you know, screaming is usually something that it means like, you know, an alarm, like, oh no, something's going on. So
well, and it's also
your body never really adapts to it.
Yeah, and it's also very different if you walk up on stage and it's a sea of screams. Like you can kind of adjust to that. But so often, you know, I mean, I've been around. You know, I've certainly been around my share of the celebs who have the screaming fans. And it's more just when you're just walking around or maybe at a restaurant, and all of a sudden one will just let out a high-pitched shriek that comes from out of nowhere, and yeah, it can clear a restaurant.
Yeah, I think that's the most like surprising and alarming scream to hear, because no one else is expecting to hear it either, you know, because no one else knows what's going on, and then they're like, what's happening, and it just kind of brings unexpected and unnecessary attention, and make an awkward situation. So, but it's good to know at the same time that people are excited to see you, I guess. So
yeah, see, it's a double-edged sword, because they're not screaming because they hate you. That's for sure.
Yeah,
so
thankfully.
It's definitely a double-edged sword. So I've got literally 19 pages, and pages. I make sure you heard that right. 19 pages, single-spaced, of questions for you. That is how many of your fans have been writing in with questions for you. So we're going to talk tonight for about 6 hours until you answer every last one of them.
Oh no!
No, I'm actually kidding. We're just gonna highlight through them. But I don't know if you heard at the top of the show. This is a little piece of trivia here. But Sherry here, who's my co-host next to me tonight.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, David.
Sherry, we're talking about our favorite things, and I'm going to ask you what your favorite things are if you want that happened in 2010. But before we get to yours, one of Sherry's is the goat cheese pizza
at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and I hear a rumor that you love goat cheese.
Is it goat cheese amazing?
Goat cheese.
Now, have you had the goat cheese pizza at Trader Joe's?
I can't remember. I know I've had goat cheese from somewhere. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's one of my favorite things.
It's Sherry's favorite thing. It's literally in Sherry's top 10 favorite things of 2010. So if you haven't had it, you might want to put it on your. Do they have Trader Joe's in Utah, or is it just California?
They don't. I know they have it in other places, just not in Utah.
Okay, well the next time you're in California, we'll make sure that we get you a goat chease pizza from Trader Joe's.
Okay, sounds good.
But so on that, again, you probably didn't hear us at the top of the show, but we were just going over our favorite things of 2010, whether it's an iPhone app, whether it's a song, TV show. And I just wanted to kind of hear from you. What are some of your favorite things now that this is our final show of 2010? We're getting ready to go into 2011. What's some of your favorite things that have happened or that you loved in 2010?
Some of my favorite things in 2010. Wow. I guess one of my favorite things to get to do was I was able to go to Guatemala and Honduras, and it was my first time going to Guatemala. And and it was really cool. I just really loved it. I got to go take my mom with me because she's from Honduras, and it was just I just always remember that, and it was one of my favorite things of 2010 to get to do.
And what a great thing to do to be able to take your mom.
Yeah, it was neat to get to see the, just go back with her and get to visit a lot of the people there and just see how they lived and how different it was and the different trials that they had. But it's not like they had a negative attitude about it. They were very happy, and it was cool. And it helped me look at things from a different perspective. It's like, man, you don't, just because everything you see keeps telling you this is what you need, this is happiness, and blah blah blah. It doesn't mean it's true. You just have to appreciate what you have and what's there, and how to make the best of it, and how to keep just moving forward from where you're at. And that's what it's about. Because
No, you couldn't be more right on. I think so often we do lose perspective, and I think that's why so many people have life-changing things when they go out and they visit other countries, certainly third world countries. And it is life in general is all about perspective. And I actually ended my Christmas letter this year to everyone saying I wish everybody is able to find the gratitude for what they have and forget about the things that they don't. Because I think that's really the biggest problem, is everybody spends too much time thinking about what they don't have and have no appreciation for what they do have. And certainly you go to some place like that, and that's what you see them doing. They're appreciating what they have. It might not be much, but they're appreciating it. So
yeah.
When you were there, do you get to I'm using air quotes when I say do you get to be normal, but do they know who you are, or do you get to actually just go there and sort of be normal and blend in?
It just depends. A lot of people that we were around didn't have TV, so they didn't know who I was. But what was so neat was I was still able, sometimes I just would want to, it's like, can I sing a song for you guys, and just getting to sing and still see, sometimes you don't know if people just like me because of all the attention I got, and people just tend to be drawn to things that have a lot of focus around them and a lot of people's eyes on it, and sometimes you kind of feel like that's just the case. But you're around people who had no idea who you were, but they just were still so welcoming and so giving, and it's like, man, I just want to be able to give back. And I guess the only thing I really have is music to give back to them, and it's something that means a lot to me. And even though they were from a different country, didn't know where I was from and my background or anything other than my mom being part Honduran, just singing a song and seeing how much it meant to them, and just seeing just getting to see their reaction and see just hear their appreciation for it, and them saying, you'll make it, and you'll get to do great things and stuff, and things like that.
They don't know, but see, they see something in you, they get it.
Oh no, it's just cool because it made me think like, it maybe music still means something to these people, and they don't have to know where you're coming from or that you're on a popular TV show or anything for them to still enjoy listening to you.
Well, yeah, and music is incredibly universal, and especially somebody like you who has such a beautiful and powerful voice. Not just a some people can carry a tune. You have an actual gift of an instrument with a voice. So, you know, and when you get in those situations, you really do get to see the appreciation of the music.